Hi, room one. I know it's Friday, and usually Friday I try to do some fun things, but I thought it would be fun to finish this math packet. You think so? I think it'll be fun to finish chapter 4 today, and then next week we can start fresh on chapter 5, and guess what that is? It's addition, and it's fun. All right, so that should be in your yellow folder, okay? And let's see, I have the cover. Oops, I did that yesterday. Now, don't forget these white pages. You don't need to do them unless you want to, unless kids want to like play school or something and save them. But this is exactly what we did yesterday. So that's just a review. We usually use those for homework. So we're going to do the next 4 pages, the next 2 pages, but front and back. All right, so it's super easy, guys. Easy for Friday. Now, the only thing is that I know the kids can't completely read these. So kids, you got to listen to me or mom and dad can help you, right? So we've got 2 sentences and we've got some words that we've been using a lot. We've been using less than and greater than. Greater than means bigger and less than means smaller. So if I have 10 cookies in my hand, and you have 5 cookies, I have more, you have less, right? 10 is a greater number, bigger number than 5. So this is comparing numbers, but this time they're using the words. It's not that hard to read because look, we've got our sight word is, and then we can sound this out. 7 is less than 8. Is 7 less than 8? Okay, just think about it. This one says 7 is greater than 8. So boys and girls, is 7 less than 8 or is 7 greater? Is it smaller or bigger than 8? It's less, right? It's smaller. It doesn't say small though, it says less. So what we have to do is circle. This would be a great little seesaw activity, a digital. If this was digital, we would just like, choop, we could go like that. If you want, and you want to draw a line to that, like an arrow, okay? If you want, you can X that out because it's not true, right? This one goes with it. Okay, here's the number 8. This one says 8 is less than 7. Less means smaller. Is 8 smaller than 7? No. 8 is greater than 7? Yes, it is. It's greater. It's bigger. So this time I'm going to cross this one off and circle this one. So, like I said, I don't know if the kids could read those. They could try to maybe figure them out. They might need a little help, or hopefully you're listening to me right now and you'll know exactly what to do, right? All right, now on the next 2 pages, these are so easy. Now, we did a whole packet, if you guys remember. It might have even been November when we finished up numbers to 10. And that it was all about just circling either the bigger number or the smaller number. Okay, we could have probably skipped this, but it's a good little review, right? So on this page, when you look at the bottom, it says, think about the counting order when you compare. Circle the numbers that are greater. Ooh. Okay, so numbers 2 through 5. 2 through 5. Look at the numbers. Oh, good. I thought they were going to switch off. No, the whole page is greater. Good. And now, if you need to, I found my ruler and I put it in my desk drawer. There it is. So if you get a ruler out or a number line, that makes it easy to compare. That we're comparing the numbers 3 and 8. Which one's bigger? Okay, the one bigger one's always going to be the one towards the end, right? 8 is bigger than 3. This should be really easy for the kids. Okay, what's more, 10 or 5? Or use your fingers, 10 or 5? Which one's more? 10, of course. I'm not going to finish this. You guys can do that by yourself. Now, I'm pretty sure this one's going to be less than. Look at the numbers. Think about counting order. Circle the number that is less. Okay, so this time, yesterday they were doing sets where they got to see things. Now they just have the numbers. Okay, if you need to make a set, you could just make, look, I'll make a little dice with 2 on it. And then next to the 4, I'll make a little dice with 4 on it. I don't think the kids are going to need to do that. But if they do need to, you could make a little dice and say, okay, now which one is fewer? Which one's smaller? 2 is smaller. I'll do one more like that. I'm going to make a dice with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on it. And I'm going to make a dice with 1, 2, 3 on it. Which one is smaller? 3 is less, right? So that whole page is less. Let's see what's on the back. Okay. Okay, John has a number of apples that is, oh, this is kind of tricky. Listen up. John has a number of apples that is greater than 5 and less than 6. Okay, bigger than 5. Oh, I'm sorry, I read that wrong. Bigger than 5, but less than 7. If the number is more than 5, but less than 7, there's only one thing it can be. I need to get my number line. Let's see if the number line is in here. There we go. Just for you guys, it'll be more visual if we do that. Okay, so the number is bigger than 5, but smaller than 7. That's the only thing it could be, right? Number 6. Okay, so I guess I put a 6 here. Cody has a number of apples that is 2 less than 8. Write how many apples and compare them. Okay, so let me read that one again. Sorry, I'm trying to read down below. Cody has a number of apples that is 2 less than 8. So if I go to 8, okay, here's 8. What's 2 smaller than 8? I got to go boom, boom. Okay, 6. Now it says compare those numbers. Okay, they are exactly the same. Now, since we were talking about apples, this is John's apples. I'm going to make them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then Cody has apples that are 2 less than 8. So these are Cody's apples. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They have the exact same number of apples, don't they? 6 and 6. But instead of telling you 6, it's a little story problem. Okay, down below, number 12 says, write 2 numbers between 1 and 10. Oh, this is fun. Tell a friend about 2 numbers. Now, guess what, boys and girls? Now, I don't know if you have dice at home. Okay, if you have dice, this would be really fun. I've got some right here. Wait till you see my dice. Oh, I have big giant ones, but I'm not going to use them because they're too big. Okay, I'm going to shake. I'm going to shake. Let's just shake one. Okay, this one's 5, and I'm going to shake this. And this one's 6. Okay, so I did 5. I rolled a 5. I'm going to draw that on the dice. You don't have to do it that way. It just says to write 2 numbers between 1 and 10, just 2 different numbers, and then compare them. But I kind of like this because then we're looking at the numbers on the dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I can hold them right up to the camera. All right, if you compare these numbers, which one's more, 5 or 6? 6, right? 5 is smaller, 6 is 1 more. All right, so that's why I drew the little picture like that, okay? And it just says to tell a friend what about the numbers. You're comparing them. Ooh, this one's more than this one. If you want to make, maybe you want to make 10 over here and 5 over here. Maybe you want to make 0 over here and 6 here. It's up to you, okay? All right, and now let me just show you really quickly. Of course, this is trash because it's the exact thing that we just did. Ooh, I'm gonna throw that away. Now, this one right here that says test, we're not going to do it. You are welcome to do it. Great thing to do on the weekend, huh? It's exactly the same of, the things we've been doing. It's just sort of a review of the whole packet. I would do it as a review, but I can't use it as a real test when you guys are at home, because if we were doing it as a test, I would, give the kids a cover sheet and then we'd give them the directions and not let them, we wouldn't be doing it together. So if you want to do it for a review, need extra practice, feel free. If not, we're going to throw that away and we're going to be done with that chapter and we'll be ready to start a new chapter on Monday. Okay, happy Friday.